You probably know the feeling of buying a new course or buying a new book and feeling really motivated and good about yourself. But you probably also know the bad feeling when you realize that you have never finished any of those courses or read those books or did all the things that you were excited to do, but then things just got too much. I feel absolutely the same way. In this video, I don't want to talk about why we start all those things and never finish them, but instead I want to share with you my goals and plans for July, what I want to study and how I want to improve myself in the area of machine learning. So previously I've also tried to set goals, as in I want to read this book or I want to read those chapters and learn about this topic. But they ended up being very unmotivating because there was no clear goal or mission to the whole thing, except learning more, which is of course good, but it wasn't, it just wasn't motivating. Let's start with my goal number 1, which will be completing or submitting a reasonably good result to the Kaggle Playground Series Challenge of July. Now, you've probably heard of Kaggle. They offer free datasets for you to train your data science or machine learning knowledge on, and some bigger institutions or companies even offer their own datasets up and provide a challenge around this dataset, a task that they would like the community to solve, and then there is a leaderboard and you could even win the challenge and win prizes. But those challenges are sometimes a bit intimidating or advanced, so Kaggle offers their own monthly often simulated data that lies right in the middle between all those beginner datasets like the Iris or Titanic dataset, and on the other end of the spectrum are those advanced datasets provided by big institutions. So we have the Playground series in the middle, and that is what I will be concerning myself with this month. In July, this challenge is about clustering, so unsupervised learning, which is something that I want to improve my knowledge on and also get some practical experience. And this could also be a good project to put on your portfolio, or I guess my portfolio, because we are talking about my goals, right? But you could do it too. To learn more about the theory that I will be applying in this dataset, I want to read 2 chapters of some specific books, and that would be the Elements of Statistical Learning book that I have right here, and the younger cousin, so to say, the Introduction to Statistical Learning by some of the same authors, which is a bit more beginner friendly. So I read the clustering chapter in the introduction book, and I also want to read the clustering chapter in this book here. And what's nice about this is that I can read the theory and then immediately start thinking about, oh, how could I apply this to this challenge? So it's more engaging than just reading the chapter and taking lots of notes, but not knowing what exactly I'm taking the notes for. I'm sure this happened to you before as well, and it's just, not very motivating. So this way, I hope it will be better. And goal area number 2 for this month is moving from decision trees towards understanding XGBoost. My motivation for learning this is that I found last month an interesting research paper about decision trees or their more advanced methods like XGBoost, and it was talking about the robustness of those models and how they can be attacked by adversarial examples. And previously this was something that I've only heard in the context of neural networks, which I studied during my master's degree. So it was interesting for me to see how decision trees, which are more used in industry, might be connected or how they might be similar to neural networks in this aspect. However, since most of my knowledge currently lies in the area of neural networks, I don't know too much about all the different decision tree models, so I made it my mission to find out more so I could understand this paper and others in this area, to understand how they might be similar to neural networks or just find out what the challenges in this area are. First sub-goal, so to say, is understanding decision trees for regression and classification really well, so understanding how information gain and the Gini index work and all of that, and probably also doing an example problem for each of those 2 supervised learning problems, so classification and regression. Now, I already started this a bit last month, so it's not like I'm trying to do all of this month, but I haven't finished it yet. And the next sub-goal is understanding Bootstrap aggregation, or it's also called bagging. And you can use it with other models, not only in the context of decision trees, but in this context it is used for the random forest class, which I think is like the next step forward from just basic decision trees. So yeah, that's the next sub-goal, and possibly understanding random forest as well. And again, for that, my main sources of theory are the 2 books that I've already mentioned, The Introduction for Statistical Learning and The Elements of Statistical Learning. And I'll probably find a Kaggle challenge or some other code that people published online to see how they work with it in like a practical application in Python. So yeah, these are my goals for this month, and I'm excited but also a bit nervous to see if I can do all of this in a month. And I will, at the end of the month, I'll make an update either on here or just on my blog, which I link down below, and tell you guys how it went and maybe what I can improve for my next goal setting. And you will probably see some of these topics covered in my content this month, so subscribe if you haven't already and if you are interested in any of these topics. And finally, it would be really exciting for me to hear from you guys in the comments what you are currently learning or what you are planning to learn this month, so we can motivate each other. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!